hope nobody listened to this before watching the show, but if you did, that's your fault. We gave you so many warnings.
That's your fault.
But want to jump into this top 5 character ranking?
Yeah, let's do it. How are we doing this? Are we doing, you're going through your 1 through 5, or we're going 5 together?
We'll go 5 together.
Yep.
So if your 5 is someone that I have on my list, but they're higher, we'll wait to discuss it until my level. So yeah. I'm including Ted. I didn't prepare for this.
So I did mine without Ted. I did mine without Ted. So because he's my number 1 for sure. So
okay.
Did it without.
I had him 4th actually. So you would have been a little surprised. But I'll remove him. Yeah. You
did 4th?
4th, I think.
Who cares about 5? We need to talk about this. What? Number 4?
Yeah, he's the main guy. He gets all the love, but I don't know. I just liked a lot of the other characters. I mean, Ted's great.
Yeah.
He's an incredible character. The show's about him. He impacts everybody else. But I don't know. I just enjoyed a couple other people more. So, but we'll redo this list.
5.
I just gotta figure out one more person here.
No, you're good. You stick with it. Stick with it?
Okay.
Yeah, you stick with it.
All right, then you lead the way. Who is your number 5?
So my 5 is Higgins.
Higgins, okay. I do not have him on my list, so go ahead.
I mean, just from the start, Higgins is always about the team, always just wants the team to do good. Is always about the team. And, like the Christmas episode in season 2, like him being able to see all of the team be at his house and whatnot like that. Mm-hmm. I thought that was so cool. And the one-liner lines that he has, oh my goodness, they just make me die laughing. It's just way too funny. Yeah, and then adding him to the Diamond Dogs too. I mean, that was perfect. That was epic. Yeah.
Oh yeah. At the beginning of the show, when Rebecca's got this plot to make her husband mad, and she hires Ted, hoping that he ruins the team, and the team does terrible, and she makes Higgins go along with it, and he's constantly like gagging. He's like, I can't do this.
I love the gag, and he's so much about the team that he doesn't even have an office at all in season 2, and he keeps moving around. He keeps moving all his stuff, and he keeps dropping his cups of pens and
and whenever the Diamond Dogs call for him, he's running.
He's there. He is there. He is a team guy.
Yeah. All right, that's a good one. I didn't include him on my list, but definitely a good one. My number 5, I'll be interested to see if you have him on your list. If you do, I'm going to be mad, and I'm going to want to move him up higher. My number 5, Trent Crimm, the Independent.
I did not have him.
Let's go. Good. I was hoping you didn't. On the rewatch, in the first season at least, makes you remember how he was kind of one of those typical reporters trying to get under your skin. He was always asking Ted the tough questions, but then throughout the season, he gets better and better. He ends up following the club. Ted invites him in like he's family, just because that's what Ted does. And I just feel like everything Trent Crimm does kind of narrates the whole show. Like at the very beginning, Rebecca hires Trent to come in and do an interview with Ted. Very beginning of the show. Trent spends the entire day with Ted, and Ted is just his normal self and completely wins him over. Trent thought this guy is just a complete idiot. Didn't know what he's doing. Why is he here coaching the football team? Yep. And he spends the day with Ted. and realizes, oh, wow, Ted is special. And even though he doesn't know anything about soccer, football, he's rooting for him. It was just like perfect encapsulation of the entire show right there. And then once you get to season 3, he's writing a book about the whole thing, and just the perfect title. He finishes it The Lasso Way, and it's all about how Ted won over everybody that he worked with, got them all to buy in. And he's just a funny guy. I don't know. Him joining the Diamond Dogs, he was always just like kind of hovering around, he's like, I don't know if I should be here or not. I'm a reporter, but I'm here. Yep. And the team all ends up letting him in. They're all comfortable with him. I don't know. And he writes the book, which he changes the title to The Richmond Way after Ted says, change the title, And I don't know. I really liked his character.
No, I mean, I'm totally with you on that. I think it kind of speaks for your personality a little bit too there. Like, you're not as optimistic, but like, you got to question things, make sure it is real before jumping into it. And, I think he was such a really good character too. I mean, and the way in season 3 of, that episode at the end of Total Football, or when they work on this new offense or new strategy, and they lose the game, but there's a spark in the second half that shows that they can play this style of soccer, and he was the one that was lighting up at the end, like this is going to work. All of this stuff you're saying, it's going to work.
You genius. You are a genius. It's going to work. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
And like you watch the first episode of him just ripping them, and then watch that one right after. It's like night and day.
He thinks Ted's just a complete lunatic, like has no idea what he's doing. And by the end, completely wins him over. Yeah. Loved it. And I wanted to include someone that wasn't super main character. So yeah, that's why Trent made my list.
I was trying to do that too. All right. And to be honest, I was trying to include Zava in there, but I couldn't do it.
Oh my God. That'd be my number one most hated character. I hated Zava.
No way.
Oh God. He was the worst.
Zava was hilarious.
He was kind of funny, but still the worst.
He was kind of.
All right. So
okay.
My number 4 was Ted Lasso, but you said he's your. Is he your number 1?
He would be. Okay. I didn't put him as my 1 on this list because he's
There's
just
not much we even need to say about Ted. Like, if you've watched the show, you understand. Ted's amazing. He's the heartbeat of the team, heartbeat of the show. Yeah. So we can go next. Number 4 for you.
Number 4 for me was Danny Rojas.
Interesting. I did not include him either.
He talk about a guy that just makes you laugh right from the start. It's him. I mean, like, just the fire of energy that he's got going on. Football is life. I mean, come on. He's got to be in your top 5. He's got to.
I thought about it long and hard, but I didn't include him. But yes, you're completely right. He is hilarious. He comes in, he's just dancing, running around like a little kid. Football is life. It is hilarious. Yeah. So I can't argue it. Good choice.
And he's a boss. I mean, he's just he's like one of the best soccer players.
Yeah. He bounces back after the whole dog incident. It's a resilient dude there.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, next, number 3. You go ahead. Who's your number 3?
So number 3, I had Jamie Tart.
Ooh, I have him higher on the list, so we need to wait.
We'll wait. Okay.
All right. So my number 3 Keely Jones. She on your list?
No, I was trying to add her to my list. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Wow.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Keely, or as Jamie Tart would say, Keely, is great. She's just a ball of energy the whole time. Super funny, very attractive. Not much else I can say. She's awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, she's a great character for sure. I was trying to fit her in there, but I was
tough.
also trying to fit in Zava. So
yeah. If you would have put Zava in there and not Keely, I would have just
that would have been bad.
Yeah, I would have left.
If this was a top 10 list, I think we'd be okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of choices. Can't go wrong.
There's a lot. No.
All right. So then next, number
2. What you got?
I have Jamie Tart. So now we can talk about Jamie. He was your number
Jamie.
3.
Yeah.
So Jamie Tart for me, like I said earlier, my favorite part of the show was Jamie and Roy's relationship, and just going from hating each other to loving each other. He was the perfect villain at the beginning, just this cocky, arrogant a-hole. Love to root against him. And then Ted's whole thing of, oh, you think he hates me now? Wait till we win him over. Oh, man. He finally does. And then Rebecca gets him sent back to Man City. And he's gone. And then he eventually comes back. Roy and him still hate each other. But over the last season, they become best friends. And I just think he's hilarious. His accent is amazing. Whenever he says something, Julia and I just laugh. I mean,
yes.
I love, my favorite word that he says is poope.
Yes.
Very catchy song too. Jamie Tart. Yeah.
Yep. Instead of Baby Shark. Yeah.
Yep. And on top of that, he's a really good football player. And to top it off, he goes from the super selfish guy to the star of the team, but the most selfless person on the team. He becomes the decoy. He becomes in basketball terms, he's the point guard. He's assisting everybody out there. And yeah, it was just a cool arc for him.
Yeah. No, you said it better than I would have, for sure.
Yeah. I had to because I love Jamie.
Yeah. No, he's great. My number 2 was Sam Obasanya.
That was a tough one for me to leave off, but I did.
You left him off? Yeah.
Yep.
I think that his character arc was pretty unique. I really liked the way he had his relationship with his dad, and I thought that was really cool. I didn't really like the relationship with Rebecca in season 2. I thought that was a little bit of a stretch.
Weird. Didn't like it either.
Yeah. But I loved the restaurant in season 3. Loved the way he expressed himself and talking about a lot of different areas, throughout the show, even in season 2. The way he expressed himself and the way he kind of stepped up to the plate in so many different areas and aspects of life, not even just soccer, but in all of his platforms. And I just thought he was a really good collective character that you just can't not like you just have to love him. He's just great.
Yeah, a lot like Ted, very positive. One of the guys you just can't help but root for. Yeah,
he's got the best smile. He's got
no arguments there. He's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, that leads us to number 1. I think we have the same person.
We have 1A. We got to do 1A first.
1A, Ted Lasso. Is that what you're saying? Oh, okay.
No. I had Roy Kent as my 1A.
Okay.
Did you?
I had him as my number one. Yep.
Yeah. I had Rebecca as my one.
Interesting.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Can't say
Yeah.
I
I mean,
agree.
let's talk about Roy first.
Okay. Sounds good. Going along with the Jamie thing, Roy's hilarious. Love his relationship with Jamie, with everybody in general.
Mm-hmm.
Goes from star player who's old and contemplating retirement, and then he's kind of forced into retirement, and then tries to figure out what to do with his life, a lot like me, I can relate to that. ends up coming back to Richmond, joins the coaching staff, and is just hilarious. He's got the respect of everybody. Everybody's scared of him. I love how he just doesn't talk. He just grunts every time. He's like, someone says something to him, he's like, whistle. Oi.
That's the best.
Yeah, he's hilarious. What about you?
With Roy, I mean, he's another character that he says what you're thinking. Like he just doesn't care. And I wish there was a little bit more of this in season 3, but I get it. But I really enjoyed the relationship he has with his niece in season 2.
Yep.
She really grounds him and kind of puts him in his place a little bit, and it's really funny. And then he still swears in front of her, and they got the swear jar going, and she's pretty much rich from all of that. And but yeah, no, Roy is such a good character. But I just, and he's my, I couldn't have one person at one. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like Rebecca's storyline, and the whole point of the first, the whole point of the show at the beginning was, she just wanted to burn Richmond to the ground, and she didn't care about the club because that was her ex-husband's care, and love and passion was for AFC Richmond. And then she went from that to just becoming just this boss. Like it was just so cool, her character, and how she was able to kind of spread her wings and show like how dominant she can be, and then also being so caring too, and really caring about the club, caring about the fans, and being able to sell off almost a half of the club at the end to give back to the fans. And that it is truly the fans that make the club, and or that are a really big piece of the club. And I just thought her character arc was really cool.
Yeah, I agree. And I think maybe the reason she wasn't on my list is because I'm doing the rewatch right now, and in season 1 she's like the worst.
Yeah.
But she does a complete 180 as the show goes on, becomes super likable. So yeah, once again, no arguments there. There's no wrong answers in this. Like everybody's pretty great.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
100%.
And I was going to say this quick about Roy. I watched a YouTube video of him saying he's a writer on the show, and it was like, I think they were into like episode 5 of writing it, and he's like, I think I'm Roy. And so he filmed himself because he was nervous. He filmed himself and just sent it to the writers and said, hey, I think I could be Roy. And then he ends up being Roy. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's just a great show. You need to watch it. And I know we spoiled the whole show for you, but you just need to watch it. It's the best show.
Hopefully nobody in here hasn't watched it yet. But so to recap my top 5, I had number 5, Trent Krim, number 4, Ted Lasso, number 3, Keely Jones, number 2, Jamie Tart, and number 1, Roy Kent.
And my top 5 was number 5, Higgins. Number 4, Danny Rojas. Number 3, Jamie Tart. Number 2, Sam Obasanya. Number 1A, Roy Kent. And number 1, Rebecca.
Yeah, Wyatt cheated, but I guess that's all right.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do 5.